Live Wire, Sean Casey.
What's up, Dylan?
This is Sean Casey.
How are you, son?
How you doing, you little Chippendale?
Hey, when I see him, I expect some dollars now.
What's going on?
Nothing, man. You?
How are you feeling, man?
I feel all right. Just thought I'd check in and say hello.
Well, how the hell are you doing? You're my man. You know that?
Am I?
A lot of people don't know. Sean Casey and I, we've done many shows together. Last time we did a show was at WWF, but the last time we did an independent show was for Bobby Blaze.
Yeah.
Right.
That was right.
And Sean Casey, you suffered an injury that night. Didn't you break your collarbone that night?
Was you on the Pennsylvania show then?
Was that the night you
No,
broke
I tell you
your
what,
collarbone?
I still had the injury from Pennsylvania, and I decided to go ahead and wrestle anyway with it, and I get kicked out of Bobby Blaze's show.
Well, let me tell you something. You know, Sean Casey, he may be a pretty boy, but he is one of the toughest SOBs I know. Because if you've ever had any kind of injury, the collarbone is the worst you can have. And to get back in the ring.
You know, I've been Sean's on our Bogart show with Edge and Draws and.
Hey, why am I not on that show?
Well, because you wouldn't show up.
Why am I not on that show?
I tried to get you on that show. I wanted you on that show.
On me here.
When are you going to do some shows for me?
What,
Now we're right here on the air. Go ahead, cop out on me.
Put him on the spot.
Let's put the heat on the office where it belongs.
Okay. You're on the endangered species list. Is that what?
Hey, if I can be a little here and interrupt everybody with my rudeness, I was just going to say, D-Lo is one of the most humble and most deserving persons to be where he's at today.
I appreciate that.
I mean, you know, he started from the bottom and worked his way literally to the top, sleeping on gym floors and, you know, driving to towns for next to nothing, and he deserves to be where he's at.
He's paid his dues, is what you're saying, Sean.
Definitely saying he paid his dues.
Well, Sean, I appreciate that. And brother, you, like I've always told you, good things come to those who wait, and you're going to get your due, and you'll get it soon.
I hope so. I appreciate the inspiring words. I just want to say hey to Les and everybody out there. And if everything goes right, you know how this works, but supposedly I'm going to be on that Detroit show up there for Raw, so I'll see you on that one.
Then I will see you there, brother, and just protect yourself and tell that lovely girlfriend of yours I said hey.
I sure will.
All right.
Be good, D-Lo.
All right, man.
Thanks for calling, Sean.
All right, thanks.
All right, we're down to GQ. You got any parting words for our man D-Lo?
Real quick, you know, D-Lo, you were talking about paying dues, and there's no doubt you have, but you remember the time when we were on the road together and you was starting, you had that championship belt, and you was like, give me some bookings, you know, and I'm thinking, you know, you're right, D-Lo. Here's a booking you deserve, because I kind of thought that maybe you was, you know, getting a little big-headed or so. So remember that booking I got you over there in Puerto Rico? You know.
Yeah, that humbled me really good.
Indeed, and indeed, he has been very humble ever since. That's why he was able to get Sean Casey to tell the world how humble you really are, man. Puerto Rico, 2 words, baby.
Hey,
2 words, Puerto Rico.
we don't
humble anybody.
That's a whole hour show in itself, Puerto Rico, right? Listen, we got one more call. We're going to try to get in before we have to cut it here on line 3. Ray from Fort Wright, you're on All Sports 1360.
Yeah, how's it going, Les?
All right, yourself?
How you doing?
All right, man.
I just wanted to make a comment on the guy that called earlier from, I don't know, talking about 2 weeks ago on Raw when The Undertaker and Kane came out and The Rock came out. But last, I want to make a correction first. I'm from Fort Wright now, but I'm originally from Warsaw, Poland.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I just wanted to say, D-Lo, thank you for saving my European championship. You didn't need to be doing anything with it. The match was over as far as I was concerned, and I just want to thank you for saving the European champion for a former citizen of Poland.
See, here's what I'm talking about. One of my Europeans right here, I'm respecting him, and I'm respecting his city and his heritage, and he's giving respect right back to the European champion. That's a great thing, and can I record this call and send it to the Office of the World Wrestling Federation?
Yes,
Well, sure.
you can.
We'll get you a copy of the show.
I just want to say, from all the people in Warsaw, Poland, D-Lo, I appreciate what you're doing, and you're the best damn European champ there ever has been.
It's not my fault. I'm the greatest things ever happened to Europe since Napoleon.
I agree. Thanks a lot.
All right.
That's that humble D-Lo Brown that Sean Casey was talking about, right? Listen, brother, we're about out of time. I want to tell you, sincerely, I am very proud of this quick rise of yours to the top of the ladder in the WWF. We wish you all the continued success. And I'm going to call Vince and tell him we need to get you on one of our programs.
You better get me on one of your shows because, you know, Les, you got to remember where you came from, and you always got to get back to where you came from.
Thank you, brother. We're going to have you back one more time. Thanks for being with us.
Always.
All right, we got to get out of here, take a break. Les Thatcher for everyone here. You're on All Sports 1360 Homer. We'll be back with Al Snow.
This is the Wednesday night main event on All Sports 1360. Homer, we're the only station with the balls to talk professional wrestling. Now, let's go to ringside with former professional wrestler and instructor Les Thatcher.
Hey, we're back for the second hour of Wednesday night main event. I'm Les Thatcher in the house. Patrick Black, our ring announcer, Dr. Love, special guest GQ Masters III. And we've got another special guest coming up, Al Snow, and ahead in the second hour. But first, Patrick, how about the upcoming area wrestling events?
All right, Thursday, September 24th, HWA returns to Bogarts here in Cincinnati with a main event card featuring WWF's Al Snow with the head, Edge, Darren Drozdov, former WCW Tag Champ Buckhouse Buck plus Bullpain, Shark Boy the Expert, and others. 7 big matches in all.
Saturday, September the 26th, Hamilton, Ohio, the National Guard Army, a 6-bout HWA card featuring the Rock and Roll Express's Ricky Morton, plus Cody Hawk, Chip Fairway, and others.
Saturday, October 3rd, HWA in Blanchester, Ohio at the FOE Hall, a 14-man Battle Royal plus Rock and Roll Express Ricky Morton, Kingdom James, Honeysuckle Rose, Tarek the Great, and others.
And Saturday, October the 10th, Xenia, Ohio, the National Guard Army, an HWA card with Lady Wrestlers plus Chad Collier, GQ Masters III, Shark Boy, and others.
And the WWF returns to the Cincinnati Gardens Wednesday night, November 18th, and we plan to have some WWF stars live in the studio.
All right, before we go on to Doc Love with some upcoming guests, we want to mention next Thursday, in conjunction with that show at Bogarts, from 4 to 5:30 at FSP Toys, 5200 Beachmont Avenue. Keith and John, the owners out there, are going to have the WWF's Edge and Darren Drozdov. You can have your picture taken with one or both of these guys from 4 p.m. to 5:30. Give Keith and John a call at 513-624-9113. And Doc, you've got some upcoming guests for us.
That's right. Next Wednesday, September the 23rd, Dave Meltzer, the editor-publisher of the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Of course, that's the industry's first ever insider newsletter. We'll be here. That's next Wednesday, the 23rd. Wednesday night, September the 30th, ECW's Chris Candido and his lady, the former Sunny of WWF, her name Tammy Sitch, will be on for the entire 2 hours. Also, as I forgot, next Wednesday, the 23rd, Ricky Morton will be here in the second hour, I believe.
Ricky Morton? One half the Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly. We got Meltzer and Ricky Morton coming up.
And in October, of course, WCW's J.J. Dillon, WWF's Road Dogg, Jesse James, and maybe, as you said earlier, a visit from Ric Flair.
Yeah, we've got to call in for the Nature Boy, too. Exactly. Okay, we're in the second hour, and I'd like to introduce our next guest. Was a well-kept secret in the independent ranks for a dozen years. He got his first national exposure on Smoky Mountain Wrestling telecast some 4 years ago, and was brought to the attention of the Big Three promotions. After a lackluster run in WWF, he went to ECW, where he gained national attention for being managed by a styrofoam head, and is currently in line for a big push in the WWF. He's glib, he's entertaining, and I admire him for his old-style professionalism. Al Snow with a head. Al, how you doing?
Hello, Lester. How are you?
I'm pretty good for an old man, and how's the head doing?
Well, they're very tired. We didn't get a whole lot of sleep, and so therefore they've already went to bed.
That's right. You're just back from California, right?
Yeah. You know, they were a little jet lagged, so I had to take them upstairs and, read them a bedtime story, kind of get them ready, and give them their midnight little bedtime snack, and give them popcorn and grape Kool-Aid, and bedtime story, give them those little eye thingies to cover their face.
The eye thingies to cover their face.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called. And they like them, though. I don't know why, but they like to wear them, so. I guess that's because they like to sleep in and just not to lace them up too early.
Yeah, you sound like you're about to go to sleep on me here, Al.
Oh, no, Les, you are such an exciting and charismatic personality that there's no way that I could possibly go to sleep on you.
Well, listen, before I go to sleep, the guest we had in the first hour is a guy that he heard us say that you were going to be on the second hour, and he's still on the line here. Can he hear me now, Joe? Hey, speak up there, mystery guest.
Yeah, I'll Snow in the head. How the hell are you doing? Oh, my God. Do you know who this is? Champion D'Lo Brown. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh. Why don't you wake up? You sound like you're going to die or something. I cannot believe, Les, is he calling from, like, Russia or something?
I'm calling from Warsaw, Poland as we speak.
He's in Poland now, Al.
He's in Poland.
I'm on a plane. I'm heading from Warsaw to like Finland.
Oh, Helsinki. Yeah. Lots of black people are there.
Yeah, I keep on, but the problem is, I keep walking around going, I'm the European champion, and they keep saying the bathroom's to your right. I don't get it.
They don't get it.
No.
Well, you know why? It's because Europe has just started that integration program.
Really?
Yeah.
I keep asking, how many black people are in Europe, and everybody says 3 or 4. I don't get it.
Now, let me ask you something. In America, black people are known as African American.
Right.
In Europe, are you known as a European African?
No, I'm a European urine. Wait,
That doesn't sound right.
No, wait, that didn't come out right.
Okay. That sounds like a drug test or something.
Ladies and gentlemen, WWF's takeoff on the comedy team of Abbott and Costello, Al Snow, and D'Lo Brown. Go ahead, you guys.
How the hell are you doing, Al?
I'm barely alive.
What time did you get in today?
What time I died?
You and the head.
Me and the head. Actually, I let the head drive after a while because, we didn't get out of Sacramento because Mankind didn't leave the building until 12:30.
Really?
Yeah, so we didn't get into, we were about, I don't know, we stopped and got something to eat at IHOP because you know how much the head loves
The head
cake.
loves IHOP, I've heard that.
Yeah. Country griddle cake. They love country
Boysenberry syrup.
Yeah, but we went to a 24-hour gym because it wasn't worth it to get a hotel. And, the head wanted to have its cardio workout. That is so aggravating. I mean, basically, you got to just put it on the treadmill, it falls off. Put it on the treadmill.
It falls off. Can't keep up the speed, huh?
No. So, then we got to fly out at 6:20 this morning.
Wow.
I've yet to see the bed. But you know what, though? I figured, hey, I think it's necessary to stay up for 3 days in a row just so I can do Les's radio show.
That's for you, Les. That's for you.
That's exactly my thought.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that I was in, Anaheim or San Jose or even Sacramento.
And that you're right now presently winging your way across the globe to Helsinki.
Just to get home to my palatial estate.
Right.
To get on the phone with Les Thatcher.
That's right.
The man who springboarded my whole career.
Yep.
I was the HWA champion. Did I mention that to you, Al?
No. And I tell you what, I'm shocked that you didn't mention that right off the bat when you got on the phone.
Al, let me hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, formerly the HWA champion of the world, currently the European champion from Helsinki, Finland, D'Lo Brown. Just let you know.
I must owe both you guys dinner. Is that what I'm reading here?
See, D'Lo, if you want to end all these problems with the bathroom and all that in Europe, you got to drop that European championship, pick back up the HWA title.
You know what? I think I'm going to get rid of the European championship. I'm going to get rid of it.
Yes.
Have a championship match?
Well, sure.
Well, you better talk to GQ about that one.
GQ.
Consider it done, baby.
Give me a title match.
You know it. I'm the one that pulls the strings around here. It's not Les Thatcher.
I'm leaving the WWF tomorrow. I want to be HWA champ again.
Listen, Al, this guy here saying, why aren't I on your show next Thursday night at Bogart's in Cincinnati?
Was that D'Lo?
Yeah. And I said, we wanted you on the show. They wouldn't allow it. They said he was too tired or something. I'm not sure exactly what it was.
I'm on the endangered species
What's the
list.
effect? I mean, the cost of airfare from Europe alone has got to be enormous.
You see what it is, Al? I'm flying in from Romania.
Yeah.
The Carpathian Mountain region.
Yes.
Which is right near Transylvania.
Wait, have you been over there again contesting the Carpathian Mountain Men? And
Yeah, I've been contesting them several times.
Really?
People don't know.
Yes.
Just because I'm a European champion, I don't defend it in the United States. Every day on my off day, I am somewhere in Europe defending a damn title.
Something. I mean, are you stopping off Transylvania again?
Do you know what it's like defending against a 7-foot, German woman?
Especially when her name's Greta the Impaler.
She's tougher than Steve Austin, let me tell you that.
Okay.
You guys are too much.
I feel for you. I feel your pain, D'Lo. I know that is an incredible burden to bear. Al, it's my cross to bear, and I bear it better than anybody else, I guess. Yeah. I mean, the Lord's not going to give you more than you can carry. You're right.
I hate to interrupt this.
Going, by the way. I mean, someone told me that story one time, and it really helped me out. But anyway, yeah.
I hate to interrupt you guys, but would you mind if I inserted a caller here that might like to ask a question?
Go ahead. Right ahead.
Well, I appreciate that. Let's go to line 3. Mike from Fairfield, you're on All Sports 1360. How's it going?
I'm doing great.
Good. You got a question for Al or for D-Lo or for the head or what's up?
Yeah, Al.
The European belt? He's got a life of his own.
Describe your experience working for Vince McMahon and Paul Heyman, the differences between the two.
What's the difference between the two?
Yeah.
Well, with Vince McMahon, a lot more money. For Paul Heyman, a lot less money. A lot less chairs. Yeah. That's kind of changed. Sarge had to have a chair the other night. That's true, yeah. Never mind. I don't know, the atmosphere is totally different. In a way, Paul Heyman is kind of a throwback to the older days of wrestling promotions. And in a way, the style is a little different, a little racier, but basically Paul still runs his promotion the way that promotions were run. And it's a great atmosphere, and it's a great locker room, and I miss it. I miss working there.
Does that kind of get it for you, Mike? Hey, appreciate you calling. We get the signal for a break. Al, D-Lo, head, hang on.
Well, if the head's asleep, why do you keep talking to him?
Well, I don't know. You're talking to D-Lo. I got to talk to somebody.
Well, I know, but
we'll be back.
They went to bed a long time ago. They said, hey, I like Les, but I'm tired.
Okay.
They get tired, they get grumpy, Les.
All Sports 1360. Homer.
We're back on All Sports 1360 Homer. And another edition of Wednesday night's main event. 749-1360 or star 1360 on Ameritech. Let's go to line 3. Mark from the main event. Mark, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Patrick and Les. First of all, hello, Al. Great to hear you're coming back into town again. However, I want to put out an apology to people listening on the webcast. It seems that Al Snow is so popular in the Cincinnati area, and to people listening to our webcast, that the server is overloaded. We're trying to fix the problem right now. But in the meantime, we've got so much email pouring in for Al. My question to you is, how much time do we got for email? Because I've got enough to fill the rest of the show, that's for sure.
We don't have that much time, but go ahead and shoot a couple at him, Mark.
All righty, let's start out with JR from Windsor, Ontario again, who wants to know about the job squad and when's it going to start, and any names yet?
Well, as far as the job squad is concerned, the job squad has started. It's always going on. It has The fight against push is a never-ending struggle. Al? Hello, Al? Yes. Can I be in the job squad? Well, you know that you have been a member of the job squad for quite some time.
Yeah, I want my T-shirt too, Al.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Les. You're a job squad Hall of Famer.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I've got 4 job squad shirts in my closet right now. I've actually got one on right now. That's been right. There, took that. Downtown. Been there, took that. That's right. Take it again. Hit me, pay me. Down with OBF, other people's finishes.
I am not asking any more questions about that, that's for sure.
Go ahead, Mark. Try to stay with these guys.
Paul wants to know how Al, quote, the ultimate head Snow, feels about the fairly large crowd response he's receiving in many, many cities, even though he's not really become a regular on the television shows.
Well, it's pretty obvious that everybody loves Head. I mean, Head fever is sweeping the nation. That's what happened in ECW. See, Paulie did not expect Head to get over as strongly as they did. But Paulie has always been a big fan of Head himself. And it surprises me that he did not think that Head would get over like it did.
Head. Who's chanting in the background? D-Lo, cool down.
Don't make me pull out the Head music out here, Les. It's not going to sound good over the phone line anyway.
Hey, listen, I'll tell you how popular Head is. The last time Al was on the Bogart show, Never in my wildest dreams that I thought I would have been doing the head dance, but there I was without doing the head.
Yeah, let me tell your listeners something. Les is a big fan of head.
That's right.
He loves head.
Meanwhile, the
He
poor
got a
guy.
little head at Bogart.
Meanwhile, the poor guy back at the sound console at Bogarts is saying, but it's only 5.5 minutes long. Let's go for another question. Two more here. First of all, Richard wants to know, Al, is there any talk of an official Al Snow webpage on the internet?
There is one that was done by a guy by the name of Wayne. I think he's in Seattle. It's a really good one. Quite extensive. And I can't remember the address. Head knows it, but of course they're asleep in bed right now.
Well, have Head call Les, and we'll make sure we get it on our website at MeetEvent.net for the
the phone
listeners.
and stuff, they don't do nothing, but I'll check with them and see what the address is. They'll tell me.
They tell you everything, don't
If they don't, we'll go bowling again.
Hey, Mark, while you're there, I want to mention, too, that you can post on our website that I'm not sure if the office is told out yet, but Halloween night, October the 31st, HWA returns to Hamilton, Ohio at the Armory. And our very special Halloween guest is going to be Al Snow and Head. We're going to have him judge the costume contest, and also he will be wrestling. We haven't named an opponent yet, but that should be a lot of fun.
Les, just to prove how fast the internet is, it was up there a day and a half ago.
You're all right, Mark. I don't care what Josh says.
Oh, hey, you leave him out of this. One final question for Al, coming from San Jose. Al, why weren't you at the Monday Night Raw in the San Jose Arena? You were heard on the radio talking about being there, but then you weren't there and disappointed quite a few fans. What's the inside scoop, mister?
Well, mister, I'll tell you there. Hey, can I talk on that one there? They basically went, Al, do you think you're going to go to Monday Night Raw? And I said, yeah. And they went, sorry. Next question. You're home. You've lost that trip to lovely California. Al, can I talk on that one? Yeah, go ahead. The beautiful thing of time cut. Just time restraints there. Oh, yeah. That's the ongoing WWF rib, see? Is that they continue to tell people that I'm going to be in a particular town using the love of Head the general public has, and knowing that Head will draw anybody out. People go looking for Head wherever they can get it, and they know that fever is there, that people need Head, that they want Head, they've got to have Head, and they show up at the building.
Please, no Clinton jokes.
Nobody gave any Clinton jokes.
Well, okay, I was the only one tempted then. That's it for email now. Email more questions to fanmail at MeetEvent.net, and we promise to keep working on the servers.
Are there some issues that we need to discuss? I mean, the fascination you have with Bill Clinton.
Al, I work for Les, and that's all I'm going to say.
Are you an intern of some sort? Or?
Are you an intern, Mark?
The way I get paid, I must be.
Hey. Is it Bill Clinton?
That's Mark, our former employee.
Oh, okay. You mean you can't fire me? Slaves have to be sold. Some other callers get.
D'Lo, do you have a market for this guy in Europe?
You can only say that in the WWF.
That's right.
Slaves can only sold in tight.
Al, D'Lo and I were discussing in the first hour about how quickly his career has taken off, but we also mentioned that it must have been frustrating for you. I mean, for a dozen years, being the best kept secret in the independents. I mean, I had heard, a lot of guys had heard, and until actually you made TV and Smokey, the big companies seemed to be always passing over you. It had to be a frustrating time for you.
Well, it was frustrating, but it wasn't that frustrating because I always had the ideal and thought in mind that eventually it was all going to pay off. That for everything that I did, it all was done with a purpose. That I could always look down the road. There were times I kind of got disappointed and stuff. Thought I'd finally break down and take that job off for being a professional greeter at Walmart. But I hung in there and didn't give up. Just kept going after it.
Well, we've got another caller. Let's go to line 3. Ross from Norwood on All Sports 1360. What's up?
Yeah, how's it going, Les?
Good.
Hey, can I get some head?
Well, that's pretty bad. Unfortunately, they went to bed. If they were still awake, maybe I'd put them on the phone and talk to you, but
We were all pretty disappointed, Ross, that the Heads decided to go to bed before.
I'm sorry, trust me. Al, wake the heads up. In the condition they're in right now, the jet lag, being tired, you don't want them on the phone.
Al, wake the head up.
I'm not waking them up.
I'll take the heat. Wake the head up.
I'm not waking them up, D'Lo.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know how grumpy they get.
I know. I've seen them in the morning.
Yeah. See, normally they're late risers, and we had to get up yesterday around 6:30 to do, of all things, a radio show. And they weren't happy then because, let me tell you something, they normally don't roll out of bed until around 11 or 12. So,
When you say roll out, you mean in a literal sense, right?
they get kind of tangled up in the sheets and stuff, so they kind of just roll out.
Ross, you still with us?
Yeah.
You got another question?
Yeah, I was thinking of becoming a professional wrestler. You got any advice?
Yeah, don't. Don't do it. Run as quick as you can. Find a therapist, talk to him.
Run and hide.
Run and hide. If Ross, in all seriousness, if you want to do it, then you've got to do it for the right reasons. Don't do it for the money. Don't do it for the romantic ideals of the travel.
That's going to happen.
Any other reason than because you absolutely feel that you have no other choice, that you feel like you have to do it. That if you don't do it, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. So go and give it a shot. And find somebody respectable to train you. I mean, Les runs a school there in Cincinnati. Find somebody that will train you and will teach you the right way, and then give it 100%. You will not find anybody out there who is going to invest time and money in you unless you're willing to invest the time and money in yourself. And if you're going to do it all the way. But if you're not, you can't take it serious, actually try and do it. Not willing to go through all the sacrifice and all the, I was about to cuss, BS, and all the heartbreak, all the disappointment, then don't bother getting into it.
All right, thanks.
Couldn't have said that better myself, my friend. We're getting signal for a break here. This is All Sports 1360. Homer, and it's Wednesday night main event. We'll be right back. And we're back. It's All Sports 1360 Homer, Wednesday night main event, and our very, very special guest is Al Snow, but the Head's in bed. And D'Lo Brown went to bed, so...
Everybody's going to bed but us.
Yep, and Al's going next.
Oh.
Right, you awake there, Al?
I'm barely, but I'm here.
Okay. We've got a couple callers for you. Let's go to line 3. It's All Sports 1360, and Eileen, you're on the air.
Thank you. Yeah, I was just wondering, I haven't been a big-time wrestling fan for a real long time, but I'm kind of getting into it a little bit. I was wondering, how in the world did you ever get started with this head deal, using these heads?
Well, how I got started with it was basically, everybody thought I basically had a mental breakdown, but Eileen, I'll be honest with you, I didn't have a breakdown. I had sort of what you would call an awakening, a realization that there were other things out there than just what you could see, you know? I mean, you believe in God, correct, Eileen?
Yeah.
But you don't see him. You don't hear him, do you?
Well, sometimes.
I mean, sometimes, right. But,
And,
but at certain times in your life when you need him the most, you hear him. And Eileen, I can hear the voices from the head. Other people don't, so therefore they think I'm crazy. And just like, you know, do you have a window open down there? Just like, you know, over history and throughout time, people have run to the church and said, oh, God spoke to me. And what do the people that run the church, the pastors, the preachers, the reverends always do? They condemn the person and say he's insane for hearing God when they say that we should believe in it. So am I insane for hearing something that nobody else does? I say not, because simply I've just opened up my mind and opened up my ears where other people still shut on out.
Okay. Well, I just thought I'd call and find out how you got started with it.
Right now.
Well, thank you very much.
My question is, have you ever given a straight answer in your life?
What? What are you talking about? You cut me to the quick, man.
Oh, Al, Oh.
I mean, you could have taken a hot poker and shoved it up my rear end, and it would have hurt far less than that comment. I cannot believe that.
Well, you know.
I thank God the head isn't dead and didn't hear that.
Well, I know. And you know, the funny thing is, I've tried to talk to the head.
Well, I know.
And they just won't say anything.
They do. They're talking to you constantly. You just won't open up your ears.
You think that's the problem?
Yeah. See, Les, you're hearing me, but you're not listening to me.
And people wondered why I wanted you to be at our Halloween show.
Well, probably because, you know, I can do the old tricks and treats.
Hey, there you go. We're going to have some treats and tricks, and now let's go to the lines. Line 1. Oh, how's it going?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Good.
Hey, I want to give a quick shout out of respect to both Al and Les. Les, when I came and bought my Pillman tickets at your office,
yes,
you took quite a bit of time out to just chat with me. I've been a wrestling fan for about 14 years now, and I found it to be a great thrill. This is the first time I had a real-life chance to talk, just chat about wrestling with a true insider, so I appreciate that.
Well, thank you.
Al, I ran into you at Denny's after the Pillman show, and I just wanted to, again, express my appreciation to you, too. You're very, very kind to, I didn't bug you guys. I want to give you a chance to just chill out, but I appreciate your humbleness and your friendliness as I shook your hand when you were walking out the door.
Oh, well, thank you for the comments there.
Yeah, sure. You guys put on a good show at the Bogarts. I appreciate also you coming out to Heat Wave. My question is, I'm just wondering when we're going to hear that Prodigy music on the WWF TV show.
Gosh, I hope real soon. I've been talking to them and complaining at them and harping at them to see about getting that, and they keep telling me that, you know, well, we don't know. I hope that they can work something out, because that's my music.
Oh, I'll tell you what, we're going to have that music next Thursday night at Bogarts.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Hey, with the possible exception of Shark Boy, Al was definitely the most over guy at the Bogarts last time.
Well, let me tell you something. Shark Boy, he is a phenomenon. The first moment I walked into the Brian Pillman show and into the locker room and I put my eyes on Shark Boy, I knew there was something. Now, what it was, I couldn't quite explain, but I knew there was something there.
Did you ever think there could be a team at the head in Shark Boy?
I don't know, Les. I mean, you know, you're going to start making jokes and call him Captain Condom, but, you know. That's been
Shark, if you're out there, don't call in, please.
The last thing,
really?
You know, he could have fun, but, you know, it'd be a great gimmick. I mean, he could come out and he could get on the microphone and tell everybody, you know, remember, safe sex, rat that rascal.
I think you're doing a good job yourself. Bo, you still with us?
Yes, I am.
All right, just wanted to mention, you know, we're doing another film in April the 28th, 1999. It will be at the Cincinnati Garden Expo Center.
Les, I don't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead.
But you know how I do that. I just wanted to point out, and I don't know if Melanie Tillman listens to your show or not.
I don't know either.
But I just wanted to tell her that I appreciated the fact that she sent a thank you card.
Yes, I think everyone.
To us. So, and that was very nice. I really like that.
Well, you were a very, very fine gentleman to make the appearance, and I thought you and Candido had one hell of a match, my friend.
Well, I love Chris. I love him to death. I love wrestling him every chance I can, and we set out to do our best to steal the show, and I think we did.
I think you did, too. Bo, you got any more questions for Al?
No, I think that's about it. I'll be listening on Wednesdays.
Hey, we appreciate it. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to line 3. Nate, you're on All Sports 1360.
Hey, what's up, Les?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Al.
Hey.
I'd just like to say, Les, you've been really great to the people here in Cincinnati over the years. I mean, promoting the Pillman card, the HWA, doing a really great job there, all the great shows you've had. But Al, I've been a big fan of yours for a long time. Saw you back in Smoky Mountain, ECW, which is some great times. Remember some of your matches with Ricky Morton. Those are really good, Chris Benoit. But my question is, who do you think is your greatest opponent? Who's your favorite person to work with in the ring?
Who's my favorite person? Oh my gosh. You know, they're whoever. I guess the way I could say it and not really slight anybody would be in a way that the person that I enjoy wrestling the most is the person that brings out the best in me, that pushes me and enables me to achieve one of the goals I've always set for myself, and that is to have the kind of matches that when people leave, they don't forget it and they continue like you did to bring it up years after the fact. And those are the type of guys I like to get in there with and perform with. And, Benoit was one of them. Chris Candido, obviously, is another. Tracy Smothers I've had matches with, Bob Holly, of all people. A lot of the fans out there always kind of discount him, but that is only because he's never really been given a chance for Vince. It's incredible. Really a joy to go out there and perform with. When he's on and not injured and so on, Shane Douglas, can have terrific matches. And, there are other people too, but I think those come to mind right off the bat. I'm sure, Head would bring up other names too, but, like I said, they tuckered out and went to bed, so they can't always be doing everything for me. And if they did, as it is, they complain for the little things they do, and if they were to do even more, they would complain even more, so I don't push it that far.
Does that answer your question, Nate?
Yes, it does. I'd just like to say one more thing. NWO may be for life, but the job squad is for Head.
Oh,
right.
Good night.
See ya.
1, 2, 3 for life.
Yes, exactly. All right, let's go to line one. Rick and Mount Carmel on All Sports 1360.
Hey, what's up, Wes?
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good, man. Remember me?
Remember you. Yes, how could I forget you?
He was the guy in the front row of the ECW pay-per-view.
Yes, flashing the triple threat sign with his baseball cap. Yes, never did sit down.
They put on a hell of a show. That was an awesome show.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, it was. You got a question for Al, Rick?
Hey, I just want to say hi. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Let's see. What could I ask you here?
He's probably going to ask you if you hear the same voices in your head that he hears in his. Because we all know he hears voices.
That's right. Anyway.
That's right.
Man, I just got one question. What's it like going up and down the road, man? Is it hard? What?
What's it like going up and down the road?
Or going through the air, I guess.
Going through the air?
He's hearing different voices than you're hearing now.
You mean to travel, don't you?
No, I don't travel.
No. Brother, I think you're on the trip right now.
How many of you popped open tonight, Rick?
A few.
A few.
He's actually on the highway with no exit ramps.
That's right. Right.
Detour.
Oh, Rick, you're too profound for me, brother.
I'm telling you, I'm difficult.
No, you're fairly deep, Rick.
Yeah, I can be.
You're definitely psychologically deep.
Hey, I just like to have a little entertainment.
Oh, you're entertaining.
No, that's for sure.
You guys are killing me.
You're doing wonders for us.
Yeah, man.
Oh, pop another one open for us, Rick, and stay tuned, brother.
All right, man.
A few more brain cells, Ricky.
Yeah.
I think it's Dr. Love's half-brother. I'm not sure. Listen, line 3, you hang on. We got to take a break. We'll be back with a very special guest, Al Snow, in just a moment. This is 13.6 All Sports Homer.
We're now back on All Sports 1360 Homer. Just a reminder, next week, Wednesday, September 23rd, Dave Meltzer, editor, the publisher of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, the industry's first ever insider newsletter, and one half of the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton, 749-1360 or star 1360. We're with Al Snow and the Head, who the Heads happen to be asleep. Al, you there? Yell out.
Al's asleep now, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Al, you ready to answer some email?
I don't want to go to school, Mom.
We got email from Austin, Texas. This is from P.S. I love you, Alan. Please wake the head up.
I'm telling you, they're grumpy. I know. If I go up here and take that little masky thing off their face, they'll flip out.
Well, the question is this. All money aside, which do you prefer to work for? ECW, WWF, or SMW, Smoky Mountain Wrestling?
Each of them have their own advantages and disadvantages. And, I truly miss ECW. I miss, SMW. But SMW's gone. There's no working for it. I mean, it's done. That's the time in my life that's gone by.
We need to have a reunion or something, don't we?
Sometime, yeah, I think we should. ECW, I mean, I would look forward to the day that I could go back there and work again. And WWF, I know that once things get started, there's not going to be any stopping me. I've waited this long. I've worked this hard. I'm not going to give up now.
All right, sounds good. Let's go to line 3, Connie from Delhi. Connie, you're on All Sports 1360. Homer.
How you guys doing?
Good. How about yourself, Connie?
Doing okay.
Good. Got a question for Al?
Yeah, actually, the guy has taken already. But I just want to let you know, Al, that I haven't been a fan of wrestling for very long, but from what little that I've seen, I really enjoy you and, of course, the head. And when it comes to that song, I went out and bought it just for that. And I, of course, have to do the head every time I hear it.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw you at Bogarts in Lima, and I'm looking forward to seeing you come back to Bogarts again.
Well, I'll be there. When am I there, Les?
Next Thursday night.
Next Thursday night.
Yes.
Alrighty.
The head knows that, but there's...
Yeah, I don't blame you for not waking them up, because I know they can probably get pretty mean. They'll be holding it.
Oh, yeah. See, it's not just that they'll be mean for that particular time. I got to live with them for the next couple of days.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And that they get pissed off and they just don't quit.
Exactly. Smart move.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, I'll let you guys go. I just thought I'd put my 2 cents worth in.
All right, Connie. Thank you. We'll see you next Thursday night at Bogarts.
Alrighty, looking forward to it.
All right, let's go to line 1. Rick from Newport, you're on All Sports 1360.
You guys want to know where you get the Al Snow Job Squad shirt?
If you go to the Job Squad website, and I think if I massage my brain here momentarily.
Let me stop you while you're massaging your brain. Will you have any with you next week in Bogarts?
Yeah, possibly I will, yeah.
Okay.
And I think the web address is jobsquad@wrestlingman.com. I think.
JobSquad@wrestlingman.com.
Yeah.
All right.
And you can order them there. And WWF will be carrying Job Squad shirts here very soon.
Good. Then they're getting on the Job Squad bandwagon, too.
Well, that's right, yeah.
That's cool, man.
Canvasback fever is sweeping the nation.
That's cool. Does that answer it for you, Rick? All right. Hey, we appreciate you tuning us in, man. Stick with us and be back with us every Wednesday night.
I will.
Hey, we appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Al, you and I have talked about this briefly. I'd like there've been a couple false starts in your career.
Yeah, a couple. That's
Whoa.
an statement.
Yeah. But, it's like, I think really this time you're on the brink, man, and it's like to the races. You nervous? You jittery? You excited? What exactly is up with you?
I'm of course have a little bit of trepidation because it's easy to say, like I'm sure you know, Les, all the boys go, hey, if I ever got my turn up the bat, I'd knock the ball out of the park.
Sure.
But then when they get up the bat, now you got to do it. You got to hit that homer. You got to hit that home run. And if you don't, I mean, all that talk and all that, well, gee whiz, why aren't they going to do this with me? Why aren't they going to do that? Why aren't they giving me my chance? And you finally do get the chance, you've got to produce. And so I am a little bit nervous, but with each successive time that I've went out there to the WWF audiences in different towns across the United States, like we were just in Sacramento, and I was doing some stuff for Sunday Night Heat for WWF Raw for this coming Sunday and next Monday. The crowd response was amazing, considering that I haven't been on TV in 2 months or something. Right. I mean, except for the last 2 weeks prior to that, the crowd response was really surprising. So I think that I am on the verge, and I think that I am a good living example of that old saying about, what always wins out is not necessarily intelligence, because there are plenty of intelligent guys that don't make much of themselves, and talent doesn't always win out, because you always see talented people not make it, but perseverance always does. And I think due to my just persevering and hanging in there, and obviously being just too stupid to quit, but, I've proved that if you hang around long enough, eventually they'll do something with you, if nothing else, just to get rid of you. So, I thank all the fans out there for standing behind me, and they're the ones that make the difference. I mean, they're the ones that will make you break you, not the wrestling companies. They're the ones that will make you break you, because if they get behind you, then the wrestling companies will also get behind you, because they'll not have a choice. And I think that's basically what has happened here. I think the wrestling fans got behind me and have identified with me and have identified with Head.